We're live, my friends. Just stopped off in the services along the M4 corridor somewhere. Not sure where. Let's see if anyone's going to join me this fine, slightly cloudy, but fine Thursday. Anyone else that's chasing it, making things happen, enjoying life, forget what day it is, right? So, I just want to talk a little bit about... Where's my mic? Got some mic issues. Definitely can't hear me. Let's try that. Got some mic issues, so if you see me, I'm just going to hold the mic here. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk very quickly about a guaranteed way to reduce that stress you experience, that day-to-day stress. So a lot of those stressful feelings on a day-to-day basis that we experience, right, they come from things that we can't control. Would you agree with that? So there's all these things going on. Life is what I would call happening left, right, and centre. So the guaranteed way to reduce stress, the guaranteed way to reduce that day-to-day stress, is to control what you can control and let everything else go. So this morning I've been in Fulham in West London. I had a very exciting meeting, big meeting. Should represent some exciting growth for me. But I knew it was a big meeting, and the meeting started at 12 o'clock. I live in South Wales, so we were looking at about 3.5 hours. The meeting was at 12 o'clock, so could have left at 9:30. I left at 7:15. 3.5 hour journey. I left at 7:15 for a 12 o'clock meeting. Why? Because I can control that. If I leave right on the cusp, what happens when all of the things that I can't control, what happens when they start happening? The accident, the traffic, the build-up of traffic, the Wimbledon traffic, things that I can't control, then what happens? I start to get stressed because I think I'm going to miss my meeting. Does this make sense? So by controlling what you can control, and you can take that a step further. The night before I made all my snacks and my food for the journey down. Again, I don't need to worry about them not having a healthy choice or anything like that in the services. I'm controlling what I can control. Can I control the traffic? No. Can I control Marks and Spencer stocks? No. Can I control the weather? No. So there are lots of things that we can control, and ultimately it comes down to what we do, how we think, and our attitude, and those types of things. Those things under our direct control. And if we accept they're the only things we can control, we remove some of that day-to-day stress. I'm not saying you're not going to respond to outside stresses. I'm not saying that. But when you control what you can control, you can make a real difference to how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Things like taking control of what you do when you first wake up. 3/4 of a litre of water it is for me, with some greens powder and some supplements, and then some trampoline or some workout or some walking. I take control of that because the rest of life is going to throw stuff at you can't control. So my friends, my invitation to you is to place your focus on the things you can control. And then when things around you happen that you can't control, it's almost like you've anticipated them. So there was actually an accident on the way into West London this morning. But was I stressed? No. I was relaxed because I still had 3 hours, 2.5 hours until the meeting, and I was only 30 minutes away. So it's almost like an anticipation strategy as well. See, it's not about just that not mad, that sounds a bit disrespectful. It's not about that blind positive thinking. Sometimes for personal growth, for business growth, to develop ourselves, we need to be able to anticipate. And part of that is anticipating challenge. So, just looking at the data of traffic approaching West London, yeah, of course, there may be some traffic. I anticipate that challenge, and I positively control my response to that potential challenge by leaving so early. And here's the thing. Lots of you who are going to watch this, thank you so much if you've been watching live with me. Thank you so much if you're watching the replay. Lots of you watching this have got your own ideas, your own dreams, your own goals, your own vision. I see it on Facebook and Instagram and these types of things where there are going to be some challenges. There are going to be lots of things you can't control. People aren't going to show up to the network marketing meeting. People aren't going to sign up to your coaching program when you thought they would. Does this make sense? Lots of people are going to say no. Some people are going to say yes. But my invitation to you is to start everything that you can control, place focus on it, deliberately control it in such a way that serves. Good afternoon, Lynette. How are you, lovely? Hope you're well. Deliberately take control of these things and let go the things you can't control. So, I'm looking at, it's a little bit cloudy here. It's not the weather's fault if I have to go for a walk somewhere and it starts pouring down with rain. That's not the weather's fault if I haven't got a rain jacket. When you take control of things you can control, you almost start to get a relaxed, you almost feel like a level of mastery. I mean, life mastery is a continual journey, right? But you feel a certain level of mastery over your own life, and you feel more in control because you're directly taking control. If you just get up, the alarm goes off, and then bam, you're reacting. Outside sources. Even as I do this, you can see it's almost like a stressful type body language. But if you get up, you deliberately, you might drink a litre of water, take your healthy supplements, do a workout, a little meditation, a walk in nature, whatever it is for you. Can you see the difference in how I even tell that story? Just by communicating that to you, it sounds very different. It sounds deliberate. It sounds controlled. And then you're in a better headspace that when, of course, life will happen, you can just say, I've got this. So that's just my invitation for you today. Before I get back on the road, back to South Wales, have a little think about the things that are under your control. Your thought processes dominate your mind, absolutely, Lynette. Otherwise, your mind dominates you, right? We have to use this wonderful tool that we've got. So yeah, guys. As always, any messages I'm dedicated to getting back to within 24 hours, maximum of 48 hours. I'm taking lots of questions, lots of personal development material people are asking for. I'm happy to serve you in any way that I can. And, going forward, I'm keen to hear your ideas. It's a lifelong learning process, right? And so even little phrases like dominate your mind, I like that. Otherwise your mind dominates you. So, thank you so much for watching live with me, Lynette. Thank you so much for your interaction. And if you're watching the replay, hope you gained some value from this video. Hope you're inspired to take control of the things you can control and anticipate challenge, so you can deal with it in a more relaxed, centered, balanced, masterful way. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. You keep going and you keep growing. See you back in South Wales.